My name is Deanna. Standing in my living room, wrapped in a thick wool sweater, I watched through the security feed on my tablet as the rented SUV skidded into the driveway. They were back, but this time, things were different. 6 hours ago, I sat at my desk, looking at the Facebook tag from my sister, Lily. There they were, huddled at a rest stop, holding Starbucks cups I hadn't paid for. Lily was in the center, leaning into her boyfriend, Ethan, a freeloader who'd never held a proper job. The caption read, "Finally on our way, family trip to the mountains. No drama." They were celebrating my absence while driving a car leased in my name to a vacation funded by my savings. I remembered the moment I first saw the text. Ethan needed the seat. The trip I'd planned, booked, and paid $18,000 for, a luxury mountain getaway, was now theirs, and I was left behind. It all started long ago. I'm a senior risk analyst at a financial firm. I'm good at anticipating problems and solving them before anyone notices. I applied the same logic to my family. I thought if I took care of everything, paid the bills, planned the trips, they'd see me as essential. I grew up in a family where my parents, Arthur and Rose, treated me more like a utility than a daughter. Arthur was a domineering man, always quick to assert his authority, and Rose was passive, going along with whatever Arthur said. When I was young, I was praised for being self-sufficient, while my sister Lily could throw tantrums and get away with it. They made me believe my value was based on what I could do for them. I spent 5 years saving that $18,000. It was supposed to be the down payment for my own apartment, my escape. But 3 months ago, Rose sat me down, teary-eyed, talking about how the family needed to come together. Like a fool, I liquidated my savings to give them a week of luxury. 2.5 hours before that fateful text, I was in the kitchen at 4 a.m. making sandwiches for the road trip. I'd packed thermoses of hot chocolate, checked the tire pressure of the rented SUV, and organized the luggage. I was running on little sleep and a lot of caffeine. I was so focused on making them happy that I didn't realize I was just their unpaid staff. When I saw that text, I knew it was time to take action. I opened my spreadsheet, named Family Expenses. It was a ledger of all the money I'd spent on them over the years. The house we lived in? I'd bought it 3 years ago when Arthur's credit was bad. I paid the mortgage, the property taxes, and the insurance. The cell phone plans, streaming services, and car insurance were all in my name. I called the lodge's concierge, Mr. Thompson. I told him to cancel the reservation immediately, citing unauthorized use of the credit card. He understood and agreed to deny them entry. Then I turned to my smart home app. I lowered the thermostat to 40 degrees Fahrenheit, blocked all connected devices, and reset the Wi-Fi password to Ethan Pays Rent. I engaged the lockdown mode on the smart locks, disabling Arthur and Rose's access codes. Now, as they stood outside, Arthur was pounding on the door with a crowbar. He was shouting for me to open up, threatening to break the door down. The noise brought the neighbors out. Arthur quickly changed his tune, crying for help, saying I was having a psychotic break and his heart medication was inside. Rose joined in, sobbing and begging him to save me. When the police arrived, Arthur played the part of the distraught father claiming tenant rights. But I calmly handed the officer a notarized affidavit where Arthur had declared himself a guest for tax benefits. The officer realized Arthur was in a bind. Admitting residency meant fraud. Denying it meant no right to enter. He broke the lock and threatened me. I told the officer I wanted to press charges. He cuffed Arthur for attempted burglary and property damage. As they drove away, Lily and Ethan watched silently from the SUV and then sped off. I deleted the family group chat, listed their furniture for free, and let the cold air wash the house clean. Blood isn't a contract. Family is behavior. I've learned that the hard way, and I'm finally free.